quick do that last time. That's...
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, sorry, my job sucks.
Nah, that's what I figured.
I mean, I've been ranting for the past, like, 15 minutes about how much my job sucks, so you're good.
Yep.
Let's put it this way, my supervisor is the owner's nephew.
Gross.
I'm sorry.
I feel kind of bad because you guys are having a shit time, and I just started my new job this week, and it's fantastic.
Yeah,
That's
I'm looking
awesome.
for something different that's remote where I can work from home.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Let's see. 5. Ooh, this one we haven't done. Alright. Let's see here.
Shocking.
Yeah, I know. There's actually quite a few of the single-digit ones we haven't done. Let's see. Okay. So, question of the day is, everyone has a guilty pleasure. What is yours? Oh my goodness, Pumpkin. So mouthy in the background. Buddy.
He meow.
He has opinions.
Will not be silenced. Well, if everyone else is still thinking, I have an answer for this.
Okay, fire away.
So you'd think it'd be my pocket peanuts. But no. It's pocket almonds. Because almonds, you know, are a little more expensive, a little bit more of an indulgence. So that would be Jinku's guilty pleasure. Pocket almonds.
I love it. That's great. Oh, hey, Rocky. Nice. All right, gang's all here. Sweet. Wasn't sure. I don't know if you joined before the question was asked, but the question is, everyone has a guilty pleasure. What is yours?
Everybody knows tortas is tarts.
Is it really a guilty
That's not really a guilty pleasure, though. That's just pleasure.
He has zero guilt.
You only see that pleasure when he's eating them. Like, he's got hoards in his room. Like, he's in there, like, treasuring them like it's his precious.
You probably have a lot of ants in your room, don't you?
Yeah, that definitely sounds like an ant problem waiting to happen.
They just add more protein to the tarts.
They
They
get stuck in the jam.
Do you really think Torta of all creatures is going to be upset by ants on his tart?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
No, definitely not.
Great. All right, Mick, Zai, Boo. What do you guys got?
I change my appearance to look like Mix's, and I flagellate and demean myself.
Again?
Oh,
Yeah,
stuck up in the window. All right. His new
And again,
spot
is
is
that really
like
a guilty pleasure?
his new spot is like jumping up on top of Riz's computer to get up into like the basement windowsill and like creeping out of it, and then not really knowing how to get back down. So we'll see how long he's up in the windowsill now.
Gotta love them.
All right, Mick, Zai, what do you guys got?
Hot chocolate.
Okay, Mix is a sociopath, so he really doesn't experience guilt.
Very true.
A fair point. A fair argument to make.
But he does play with poison a lot.
What constitutes playing with poison?
Well, if you think about it,
He has a little kiddie pool in his lab.
well, have you noticed that there's no animals in his basement?
Oh God.
But
Oh,
he
dear.
does. Think about it. He's got a blow dart gun that fires poison darts out of it. He's got a pistol that fires poisoned ammo. And he's got vials of poison down in the basement, which nobody knows about.
You best leave our cats alone, mister.
Oh yeah, I'll mess you up.
Alright. And then Zai said hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate, really rich hot chocolate with whipped cream and a caramel drizzle.
That sounds delicious.
That does sound really good.
Which is funny because I hate hot chocolate, but that's her guilty pleasure at least.
All right. Who wants to give us a little rundown? Let me give you the map here. Who wants to give us a rundown of what all you got into last time?
You?
We cleared a tower.
Yeah,
Two folks almost got smashed to death.
true.
That's about all I remember. And then we went to some teleportation thing.
Mix finally acknowledged Boo's greatness.
Oh,
Multiple
many,
times.
many times.
Yes, multiple times.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I don't know. We heard your character say it.
Yep.
Quick,
Mix would never do that.
Quick was
just
doing a
as
great
shocked as you.
Mix impression.
There is some debate as to whether or not it was sarcasm, but I know it wasn't.
Oh no, I thought that was 100% genuine and sincere.
Oh man. So yeah, you guys were continuing your journeys through Kolat Towers, trying to find out what you could find out. Got through the whole first tower, had some various troubles, disrupted a summoning circle, almost got smashed against the ceiling, disabled disabled the force field that protects the entire structure. And then went poking around in the second tower and used those rings that you guys had kind of gotten off of some of the various people that you guys had taken out on your way up the place. And now find yourself somewhere very strange. Let me give you a little description here just to kind of refresh your memory here. So, previously you were in, the upper floor of that second tower. There was like a teleportation circle inscribed on the floor, and you had used these rings that you'd gotten to go through. And you find yourself in this fairly small-ish room, which has kind of a finely polished alabaster floor with this teleportation ring inscribed into it below your feet. And all around you are, on the three walls to the north, the west, and the east appear to be made of some sort of glass. And through the glass of the walls and also the ceiling, it's this kind of thick, swirling, kind of shimmery purple mist that's just kind of everywhere outside of the glass. And you can see kind of hazily through the glass this kind of shadowy outline of more of this structure. It seems to have, perhaps some other, rooms and things on this, same level that you're on. And there's a few like spires that come up out of a few places. It's difficult to make out many details because of all of the kind of purple haze going on outside. But this doesn't appear to be anywhere that any of you recognize. And to the south of you, there is kind of a more solid wall. And the wall is also made of alabaster. It's just kind of solid alabaster stone. And there is a kind of heavy iron door in the wall to the south. And yeah, that's pretty much where we left off. You guys zipped here, and who knows what's up.
Well, this is interesting. Looks like there's only one way out, right, guys?
Looks like it.
I'll go try to open the door.
Okay. So you go down and kind of try messing with the door here. It seems to... Oh, here, let me unlock tokens. There you go. Should be able to scoot around now. The door to the south appears to be locked.
I'll use knock.
Okay. Alright, you use knock on the door. Please tell me it's not going to make me click on a door open thing. Okay, looks like this particular map doesn't have this set up, so that's nice. Okay. So you unlock the door here. And beyond... Get this unmasked for y'all. There we go. Beyond, you see kind of a large foyer. And so in here, again, more of this kind of finely polished alabaster floor that kind of extends, everywhere in this structure, it seems. And you see on like kind of the far end what looks to be some sort of symbol or painting or something inscribed in the floor from where you're at, just still by the door, or you can't quite make out what it is. You'd have to get in a little closer there to see. And you also see, kind of looking around on the walls, at regular intervals, kind of higher up on the walls, there are 12 metal masks that look to have kind of humanoid visage to their styling. And seem to just be kind of decoratively placed up around the edges.
I'll be the first one to go in.
Okay. I'll follow close behind Torta.
Okay.
And I'll follow right behind.
All right.
I'm trying to stay like dead in middle, so I don't like the masks. They make me feel uncomfortable.
Okay. So as you move further into the room here, the design on the floor looks to be a kind of ornate, mostly kind of black symbol. Like there is some kind of stylistic coloring to it here and there. But it appears to be a large winged snake biting a coin. And it's like just inscribed kind of into this floor. You also see there appear to be some other doors. Some more of these iron doors leading off in a couple different directions. Let me kind of get those visible here. So there's kind of 3 of them all close together on the east. There's one in the south and one to the west.
Anything like special on the statue stand out, or the serpent biting the coin?
Yeah, I was about to ask, do we like recognize that the Any of like this? Any of these symbols? Or...
Sure. So the masks on the stuff on the wall, they're just like masks, like they're like metal masks, that just kind of have like a humanoid face to them. It doesn't look like anybody in particular that you recognize. They just look to be masks. As far as you are aware, the symbol on the floor you recognize as kind of a heavily stylized, fanciful version of the Zentarim logo that you've seen around. Like you've seen, some of the Zentarim people that you've taken out have these kind of winged snake type tattoos. It's an insignia you're fairly familiar with. This is just kind of a fanciful, artistic interpretation, as it were.
Yeah, I have one of them on my vision board.
Should we mess it up?
Yeah, let's mess up Boo's vision board.
What's a vision board? I'm
It's
talking
where
about
you-
this thing on the floor.
You put pictures of things you want, and you envision them, and then the weave brings them to you. Don't worry about it.
That's
Alright.
the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
All right, I need somebody to draw me 1,000 tarts. I will put it up on a board.
Don't you like already have 1,000 tarts?
No, you're confused. He's eaten over 1,000 tarts. He doesn't have 1,000.
That's my mistake. I apologize.
I don't have any cheap magic that won't take a lot to destroy this with.
It's just a painting on the floor, right?
Yeah, it's like some paint, like some inscription, I guess, kind of like inlaid, inscribed into the tile.
Cool. Jinku smash.
All right, I guess go ahead and just roll me a kind of regular attack, I guess. All right. So you bring down your flail on this art on the floor, and you do manage to damage it pretty well. I mean, where you kind of smash into the floor, kind of radiating out from that, these kind of cracks kind of mess up some of the other designs and things. It kind of chips away some pieces here and there. Doesn't look quite as nice anymore. And a moment after you do this, there is this like deep, low gong type noise that kind of reverberates around you all, and like you can almost kind of feel it like vibrating, with how much of this place is made out of this kind of glass seating material. Like it almost seems like everything is like vibrating with this gong noise.
Oh, they know we're here.
It's about to get fun.
Whose terrible idea was it to damage that thing?
Mine.
Yours?
I mean, it's usually either Boo or Torta.
Hey, cool. All right now, buddy.
Thank you.
Get on.
You
Thank
can't
you
put
for
bad
that,
ideas
Zyra.
in Jinku's head. You know she's gonna do it.
All right. So the reverberations from this noise, fade kind of slowly, kind of echo a bit around. These rooms seem to be mostly empty so far and just kind of this stone and glass. And so it kind of holds on to the sound for a bit, kind of bouncing around in here in this kind of larger foyer that you're in. There are a few doors in a few different directions.
I'll go to this door nearest me and see what's going on. I'm very confident in my ability to destroy anything that bothers us, so I'm kind of nonplussed at the moment.
Okay.
Jinku's gonna kind of follow close by because she's just in the mood to beat some shit up.
Alright, so you go over to this door on the west. And, it's another one of these iron doors, but this one doesn't seem to be locked. You push it open, and you see beyond it a kind of long, somewhat narrow hallway that extends off to the west. And as you're looking down this hall, you see that there is what looks to be a door on the northern side of the hall, like a pretty ways down. You see it open. And as it opens, you kind of see this kind of swirling white kind of mist start flowing out of it. And you are pretty quickly hit with a kind of a blast of this intense, frigid air. And you hear footsteps and see someone coming around the corner out of this door.
Don't like that.
Okay. Do they see me? I'm gonna duck out the way, like, so hopefully they don't see me.
Alright, is the door... Did you leave the door open, or did you shut it again?
I would have probably tried to, like, shut it.
Okay.
And then I'd tell people what was going on.
Okay. So, you're looking, down the hallway, you go to shut the door, and you see, like, coming out of the door down the hallway appears to be a tall humanoid figure in these kind of long, dark robes with very long black hair, pale skin, and it appears that one of its arms it has kind of like a shimmer to it. Like there's it seems to kind of reflect light a bit more than just a regular old flesh and blood arm would. And like just as you're closing the door, it turns in your direction, and you see that its face is concealed behind another one of these steel masks. It looks like one of the steel masks that's on the wall here. That is formed into a smile. And it begins coming down the hallway in your direction as you're closing the door.
Creepy.
So you guys might want to get ready. There's something coming towards us, and I'll kind of brace for. I fully expect it to like come through the door at me.
Okay. Are all of you just gonna set up in here for whatever it is?
Yeah,
I think so.
Flail ready to hit.
Zayara is going to ready Sacred Flame.
I'm
Okay.
gonna pull out my pistol and cock it and aim it at the door.
Okay. Alright. Everybody go ahead and roll initiative. Okay. All right. So, did we get? Did we? Okay, we did get everyone. All right. So you all are kind of setting yourselves up in this room here for whatever the heck awaits you. And the door in the wall here kind of violently swings open on its own. And this kind of tall figure with the steel mask kind of seems to kind of levitate through. It doesn't quite seem to be exactly on the ground. And as it comes through the door... Oh boy, it rolled first in the initiative order. Hold on, let me get out of mask mode so I can actually do stuff. There we go.
Wouldn't we all still go first since we had attacks ready, though?
Would that be how that works?
I don't know that I had like an attack ready. Like I was
I
just
did.
ready for something.
Well, Jinku and I have attacks ready.
I did.
Okay. Well, okay, so I guess I know, and Zara, I know I heard you say that you had Sacred Flame, and
Yes.
Jinko, I know you mentioned that you had your flail. So go ahead then, and I will let you do that. You can see his token, right? I think I made it visible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
just making sure.
It's just being weird.
Alright.
There we go. Oh, I thought I had it selected.
He's not in the in the combat
Oh,
tracker.
sorry. Here, let me. I thought I did. Try now. Try selecting it now.
I rolled so good.
Drag and drop it on him.
Oh yeah, dude. I did see you roll. Okay. Well, there you go.
Okay, so I hit.
Okay. Okay. So you swing at this person, and like you do manage to hit with your flail, but it doesn't really seem to do as much as you expect. Let's see here. Zara, you cast your Sacred Flame, and it does manage to land, but again, it just doesn't really seem to do a whole lot to this thing. This guy turns in the direction of most of you, so kind of Jinku, Torda, Zara, like mix where you guys are all at. And Boo, you hear him like muttering something under his breath. It's a spell you don't know. And where is it at? And tearing across the room out of his hands at Jinku and Torda and Zara and Mix, this column of lightning blast at all of you, and everybody but Torda. So everybody but Torda takes 28 damage.
Ow.
Ouch.
And Torda takes 14. In addition, after he casts this, you see him disappear momentarily and reappear over in this corner of the room, kind of continuing to stare at you all with this kind of pretty creepy, smiling steel mask.
I don't like him.
Jinku.
Not a fan. Alright, well that did not bode well with me. I'm gonna rush on over and attack twice with my flail.
Okay.
First one's good. Damn.
All right. So you try again, kind of smacking at this guy with his flail. As you're kind of trying to hit at him, he like raises up the one arm that's kind of shinier than the other one, and you notice that like one of his arms is like completely made out of metal. It seems to be kind of like a reticulated metal design, pretty ornate too. It's almost like a full arm like gauntlet looking thing. And like you do manage to hit him, but he is using it to kind of dampen your blows a bit. Tordo.
Well, we're gonna try to put the beat down. Minimal damage twice in a row. What the heck?
Oof. Oh man.
That's all I got. I don't have the Arms of Doom out.
All right. Anything else besides those couple punches you threw?
Nope, that's all I got right now.
Alrighty. Brings us to Mix.
I'm gonna fire off my pistol and prepare my healing light for me and Zyara.
Okay. Alright, that looks like it strikes. Alright, nice. That pistol hits, doing some damage. Does that, I forget, did that have like any additional effects?
He's poisoned.
He's poisoned? Okay.
It's poison ammo.
Okay. I think that's what, like just like a D4 or something each turn? Something. Let me look it up real quick. Let's see. Poison ammo. Yeah, 1D4. Okay. Looks like it.
Now, I'm gonna go ahead and roll my healing light and divide it up.
Sure, feel free.
So that's 14 to me and 14 to Zyara.
Woot woot.
Alright. Which brings us to...
Do I need to manually do that, or?
Looks like it, yeah. So, manually put 14 back on yourself there.
So do I need to roll that d4 every time?
I think it does. Let me see if it has to do a con save each time or just the once. Let me check. Poison ammo. Okay, so it looks like. Okay, let me roll him a con save on the poison effect and see if that takes. Let's see what's his con. Alright, saving throw on con. And he manages to just pass that. So the poison does not take hold, unfortunately, from the poison ammo. But the shot still did the shot damage, at least. Looks like we're at Boop.
I'll use Toll the Dead on him and then move it up to him.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. Zara.
So since my spiritual weapon is still out from last time,
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and use that. I forget. Do I click attack or damage? I think it's just damage. Well, wait, no, I click
Yeah, you
attack
do
and
attack
then
to roll
damage.
the attack and then the damage if it hits. Yeah.
Right.
Oof.
Never mind. For that one, I'll use my other turn. No. Wait. No, that one hits. Yay. One of two. Okay. And then I'm going to move over here a little more out of the way for right now.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. So as you all have been fighting this guy here, the doorway to the east opens, and you see standing there a woman who is wearing these kind of similar dark, kind of black or close to black robes. She is. You see that her head is shaved, and you can kind of see what looks like these faint markings, kind of tattooed all over her. And like as she opens the door and steps through, you hear her cast some sort of incantation, and next to her, in the corner of the room, a large earth elemental begins kind of forming together. It almost seems like she's like pulling dust out of the air to form this thing. And you mix Zara, you see this kind of towering, kind of stone-looking elemental creature kind of rising up before you here.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Which brings us to Boo.
Boo will take a step back and attempt to cast a third level witch bolt on this elemental that's forming.
Okay.
Fucking A, yes, I did that. Okay. So I'll move back and then let me adjust the damage.
Nice. All right, and so that witch bolt crackles out across the room, latching onto this elemental that's forming together, and takes hold. All right, anything else aside from the witch bolt? Boo?
No, that's my turn, sorry.
All right. Zara.
Oh, hey,
It's me again.
Well,
Now that this giant-ass earth elemental seems to be in the picture, I'm going to target that and use my let's see. Actually, hold on a minute. How many people is this one? Can't. Oh, okay. That's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna use Prayer of Healing.
Okay.
First. I just have to figure out the targets. Because manually targeting. Okay. So, Prayer of Healing. That should help people feel a little less sucky. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to attack the elemental with my scythe.
Okay. Nice.
And then I'm also going to step a little away, and that'll be my turn.
All right. Mix.
Well, Zahara just stepped to my sphere of influence there, so I'm gonna hit this guy with this elemental with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. All right, nice. That Eldritch Blast point blank hits right into this elemental, kind of blasting off some of the various strata, forming it together here. Anything else aside from that?
No, I can't move. I'm right next to it.
All right.
So they get an attack opportunity.
All right, Jinku.
Okay. It's my action to attack twice with my flail. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to do something I forgot I had called Second Wind. So that I can get a little bit more hit points back. So,
Okay.
equal to 1d10 plus your fighter level.
All right. So go ahead and manually put that on yourself then.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. So, at that, this comes up to the woman in the doorway to the east's turn. She kind of steps forward a little bit into the room, kind of turns in the direction of Torda and Jinku and Boo here. And there's this massive blast of freezing air that comes out of her hands as she kind of extends them in your direction, stepping through the door. As you take, well, Boo takes 38 damage, and the other two of you take 17 damage as this cold blasts in your direction.
Hold on, I gotta roll that concentration check again.
Okay.
I should have advantage on that.
Okay, sure, that's fine.
Damn it, I just healed that.
It's a d20 plus 2. Yeah, that didn't help. No, okay.
Okay. All right. Which brings us to the guy with the steel mask. He kind of extends both of his hands in front of him and like spreads them out on either side. And Jinku, you and Torda both kind of feel yourself being pushed backwards a little ways, about like, a square or so from him by some sort of unseen force. Torda.
We're just gonna step back in.
Torta, you attempt to step forward and find yourself met with a some sort of invisible wall of force pressing back against you. You're unable to go forward.
All right, I'll turn to the next target. We're gonna punch her twice.
Yep. All right, so you lay into this woman just outside the doorway here, and as you're kind of raining blows onto her here, she kind of calls out to this elemental next to her here, and it kind of raises up its kind of stony arms in your direction toward them, and brings them down at you. Oh, whoops! It did not. Yeah. Select him, target, Torta. There we go. Brings them down in your direction, Torta. Twice. Hitting both times for 16 and then 18 damage. And you all see Torta crumple unconscious to the ground from this elemental.
No, not our frog.
And after it takes Torta to the ground, it turns towards Mix. Oop. Stop targeting Torta. And tries to do the same. Oop. Missing the first time. And the second time. Mix manages to dodge out of the way of both of those. Torta, you are unconscious. Go ahead and roll me your first save there. Okay, that's one success. Wait, crap, I can't remember how these work in D&D now because I've used a Pathfinder. Fuck. Just three, that's right. Just three, that's right. Okay. Alright, so first one's a success. Nice, okay. Tortoise still doing okay. Boo! As it comes around to you, Boo, you see Torta go down, you see this elemental laying into people, whatever this other guy is doing, God knows what. Stuff above your level, from what you can tell. And you start to hear what sounds like kind of running footsteps from behind you down the hallway to the west. Still in the distance, but sounds like they're heading this direction.
There's more coming, guys. And I'll step up, get in the way of the door to the west and kind of plant myself there. I will cast False Life on myself at 3rd level.
Okay, what does that do?
It'll give me 1d4 plus 14 hit points, temporary hit points.
Nice, okay.
It'll say 1d4 plus 4, but I gotta add the 10 because of the temporary, or because of the 3rd level.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
All right. Mix. You're up. This Earth Elemental's been trying to take swings at you. Torta's down. Boo says there's more on the way.
Can I run through the Earth Elemental space without incurring an attack of opportunity?
You would definitely get attacked if you try to do that.
Okay, screw it. I'm running straight to Torta.
Okay. Alright, so this Earth Elemental... One sec while I... Takes a swing at you as you run by. Ooh, and misses. Nice. Whew.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Torta at 3rd level and take my lucky stars.
All right.
Well, this is definitely a good battle for us to have 2 people that can heal. Jesus.
Ow, what the hell? Okay, so that did go on Torta. I thought that
Yep.
screwed up.
Nope, yep, that went on Torta. You're good there.
And risking to incur another attack, I'm getting the freaking hell out of here.
Okay. All right. Let me roll another. Can something get 2 attacks of opportunity?
No, because it uses your reaction. You
Oh,
only-
it uses
you
a
only get
reaction.
one
Okay.
reaction.
Okay, so it does not get another chance. Okay, nice. All right. That brings us to the woman in the door here. As you kind of dash in here, kind of deftly dodging the elemental here and bringing Torta back up, she kind of smiles in your direction, Mix, and you hear her say in common, "Filthy intruders, you will not live to see another day in the overworld." And you see kind of a shimmering effect kind of cascade over herself. 1 second here. How do I get this to do that? There we go. Okay. And you see kind of this shimmering effect cascade over herself. Jinku.
Now, when Torta tried to rush this dude and
Mm-hmm.
felt the force field or whatever, did I notice that?
Yeah, I mean, you would have noticed that, like, Torta tried to run back in to smack some more punches like he always does, and, like, he almost just kind of, like, bonked off of the air before he turned and, tried to do his other stuff.
Okay, well, that will definitely influence what I do. So I'm going to do something I don't do very often. Jinku's going to pull out some magic and try a acid splash to see if we can break through this dude's force field or whatever. So this, you hurl a bubble of acid.
I am so proud.
I know. Let's hope it works. You can just choose one creature in range, and they have to succeed on a dex save throw or take 1d6 acid damage. So, here we go.
All right. So you cast this acid splash in the direction of the man.
DC doesn't look great to me.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anyways because it splashes against this invisible wall.
Okay.
And like you cast this acid splash, and you kind of see this kind of splash kind of appear in the air in front of you, on whatever is blocking off this corner, and it does not appear to have any effect.
I was afraid of that.
All right. Anything else aside from that?
I'm just gonna step back a little further from him. Just to give myself some room to think and hopefully not get attacked by him. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. So that brings us to his turn. And you kind of hear this almost kind of ethereal laugh kind of echo in this room here at your, at you and Torta's efforts to kind of mess with whatever's blocking you here. And he begins, kind of another series of motions and some words that you can't quite hear. And you all see... Does it not give me a token for this? Hold on. Let me see if I can find a token for this. There we go. That works. You see a kind of shimmering, translucent-looking, gigantic hand appear in the space to the south of you, Boo, and Jinku. It's kind of like it's like faintly blue, and as it's kind of shimmering into existence, you can see this hand kind of like wringing its fingers and kind of beginning to make them into a fist. And this guy in the mask continues laughing. Zayara.
I don't like it.
And like as we're getting to you, Zayara, you and Mix over against this, like you two are hearing more coming down the hall to the west too.
No. Yes, I'm trying to figure out what exactly I'm doing. I guess I'll... have anything fun I can do? No. Not right now. Well, maybe. I guess I'm gonna do... on this Manchun dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do my guiding bolt. Nice.
So as you cast this guiding bolt, it seems to be, a pretty direct hit on the guy. But again, this kind of crackles into this force wall in front of him. So unfortunately...
Wait, the wall was in front of him? I thought it was in front of her.
Oh, wait, did you tech? No, it's in front of him. I should probably draw where it is. I'm sorry.
I thought it was in front of her.
No, it's diagonal across the corner in front of him, between like him and Torta and Jinky.
God damn it! I didn't know that.
Okay, well, I'll let you cast something else because I did not draw that on here for you guys. Hold on, where's the drawing options?
I mean, arguably, she did cast a spell, and it's an attack roll, so...
Just transfer the damage.
Okay, that's true. That's true. I can just re-roll the save. Okay, so target...
No, there's no save. It was an attack roll. I mean, she could
Yeah.
just click and drag that attack roll to see if it hits on the other enemy.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
It would hit because I got a nat fucking 20.
I know, that's why I'm trying to argue. To be honest, because we need every
We're
fucking...
gonna die otherwise.
Okay, yeah, okay,
Can I
yeah.
attack her instead then?
Sure, you could. Well, you can do that instead. That's fine.
Okay.
Do you need me to re-roll it, or are you just
No,
gonna
no.
transfer the damage?
I'll just transfer the damage. That's fine.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me fix this here. Okay, so she needs 25. Okay. All right. So your guiding bolt goes there. Okay, so yeah, this wall... You can't see that. It doesn't have like an actual visual representation, but just for your reference. Meta-ness. There it is.
Okay. So then with my bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna attack the earth elemental with my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Well,
That wasn't as good, but it was worth the roll.
Alright.
Okay, and I'll just stay where I am.
Okay. Jinku. Top of the order here. Torto's back up at least from the healing. You're hearing the sounds of people coming down the hall to the west, too. You got a big, giant, shimmery hand right to the south of you.
Well, this damn hand screwed up my plans.
There's a lot of stuff in here that's going to screw up a lot of plans, depending on what you guys decide to do.
Like you know your plan of life.
Okay, well, since Mr. Manshun here is, you know, wussing hiding behind something, I'll
I mean,
she's real heavily damaged if anyone wants to try and attack her.
Well, this hand's like right next to me, so I'm gonna focus on that.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna attempt
We'll leave that for Murder Frog.
Yeah. I'm gonna attempt to attack it twice with my flail.
Okay. Alright, that second hit manages to take. Alright, so it takes a little bit of damage. It's kind of difficult to tell. It's still just the same looking shimmery magic giant hand looking thing. But it, you know, your flail seems to kind of pass through it with like a little resistance at some point. Alright. So this hand, it kind of clenches its fingers into a fist and attacks back at you, Jinku. Let me see. I don't have it. It didn't give me a sheet for it, so I just got to do this raw. Hold on. Let's see. Jinku's AC is a 14. And this has a what to hit? Okay, so that hits, and Jinku takes 15 damage from this giant fist, which I think that is right to your HP to 0. Yep. That knocks Jinku unconscious. Let me manually put that in there. Okay. Torta, you're back up. Still not feeling the best. Jinku just went down behind you. There's a lot of stuff in here. You can hear stuff coming down the hall behind you as well.
Torta's gonna do something he's never thought he would have to do.
Alright.
He's gonna use Step of the Wind to disengage and then slide out of the room.
Alright.
Shocked.
Once he steps around the corner, he's going to use Wholeness of Body, which heals him for 18 points.
Okay. Go ahead and apply that to yourself. Alright, anything else?
That's all he can do.
Alrighty. That brings us to the man in the mask. So he... Let's see here. He extends his hand in the direction of Zyara. And let's see. Oh, hold on. Let me take the target off of Jinku there, and there we go. And you, when he extends his hand in your direction, the gigantic hand moves up and kind of floats in the air in front of you. Boo and Mix, and I guess Zyara too, because it was kind of getting in all of your three. As it's kind of moving past you guys can take a smack at it if you want.
Okay.
That's a melee, right?
Yeah, it would be.
When it does that,
Mm-hmm.
I will cast a spell for my attack of opportunity. I'll use.
Oh wait. Oh, you can do spells for that? Oh, that's right.
I
Okay.
have a feat. I took a feat.
Oh, you took a feat for it. It's a feat. Okay.
Yeah. I'll do like a second level witch bolt on it.
Okay.
Can I just roll my spiritual weapon attack? I mean, that's technically a melee.
And she does have it out.
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
That was
Alright.
the wrong button. No, that was my attack. I failed. I'm a failure.
Ooh.
Okay. Nope.
All right.
All I've got is a hand axe, which is technically a thrown weapon. Everything else is ranged.
Well, I mean, you can smack with a melee. You can smack with a throwing axe with your hand. That's fine.
Hand axes work as melees.
Yeah, that's fine. Oof.
We
Ha-
suck.
Having trouble connecting with the ethereal hand. I can't
all
really blame you.
disappoint me.
Jinku judges you from the ground. All right, Zyara.
Judging us from the afterlife at this rate.
All right, Zyara.
God, I don't know.
The sound of footsteps down the hall of the west grows louder.
Yeah, no fucking duh. You evil person. Let's see. Guess I'm going to do prayer of healing again.
Okay. All right.
And then with my bonus action, I don't think I can. Oh, you know, I can. I think I can do her. Yes. With my bonus action, I'm going to send my scythe to smack her.
Okay. That hits. Nice. All right, so this scythe cuts into her. She's not looking too hot over there, but is still standing, kind of bracing herself against the doorway.
Fucking go down, you bitch.
Anything else on your turn?
There's not much I can do. If I move away from the hand, is it gonna get an attack on me?
You know, let me check if this thing even... I don't know. Let me check. You would not know this, but it does not.
Okay. Then I'm gonna move into this area right here.
Okay. That door is open. I mean, Torta went through it a moment ago.
Well, I guess that's true. Yeah, I'm gonna go right there then, so I can still watch, but be a little more protected.
Okay. So like as you're backing away from this hand, you're surprised to find that it still just kind of floats there, just kind of doing an idle animation loop. I can't think of how else to describe it.
Slowly bouncing.
Yeah,
there.
Slowly bouncing up and down, kind of like as it does, as magic hands are wont to do. But yeah, you're surprised to see that it does not lash out at you when you go to move, kind of in a desperate attempt to get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
All right, Boo.
I'm going to attempt to cast Toll the Dead on that woman across the way.
Okay.
And I'm running,
Okay.
and I'm like trying to shove Mix along. And I'm like, Mix, it's time to go. We gotta go. And I'm gonna try and run away from this hand and kind of follow
Mm-hmm.
Zyara. I can end up like right here, I think.
Well, I mean, the squares are 5 feet, and you have what, 20, so 5, 10.
Right here, then.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, and again, you're kind of surprised to see that it doesn't lash out at you as well. Just continues floating over Jinku, who is awake, blinking on the ground under this hand. All right, the woman in the doorway. She raises a hand. That's not who I'm supposed to have selected. There she go. She raises a hand in your direction, Boo, as you're kind of running towards the door there, and you kind of hear the familiar sound of a magic missile going off, and 3 of these arc across the room. You see their light kind of reflecting in the metal mass on the wall and across the kind of shimmering alabaster floor, doing some damage to your kind of temporary hit point shield that you have up there. Mix.
I'm gonna look at Jinko. Can you run, or do I need to drag you?
Run, you fool.
Fly, you fools.
He's gonna fire blast at this woman and then run.
All right, shoot it. That hits.
Kill her.
Okay, is my damage roll not popping up?
There it goes. Hey!
Oh, there's
one.
Something died.
Right?
So this Eldritch Blast kind of arcs, across this hand and into the doorway on the other side of the room, kind of blasting her backwards, and she crumples against the wall of the hallway there. And were you moving, Mix?
Yeah. Does the Earth Elemental disappear, or is that still up?
Let me see how that would work. I'm not sure how that works. Let's see here. it does not disappear.
Rude.
Indeed.
Well, I'm going to. I can run up next to Zyara. I'm getting out of here. Hopefully, Junko will follow.
All right. All right. This earth elemental seems to let out some sort of cry at the woman who summoned it, falling to the ground, and it whirls around and tries to strike at you, Boo, in the doorway here. Wrong person. Yeah. Come on. There we go. Ooh, and it misses. Once. Hits the second time, though. Ooh, alright. Dealing 10 damage to you, Boo. You know, that extra kind of layer of fluff that you summoned on yourself fades away with this strike, and you feel kind of at the edge of your limits here. But you still stand. Torta.
Gonna hold my action, try to get everybody in through the door.
Okay. Alright, how about you, Zara?
Since I still have my scythe out, I'm going to try and smack the earth elemental while we try and get everyone through the door.
Okay.
That misses. Bonus action. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna back up then.
Alright. So, the hand, you see it's like, you know, it kind of, its fingers open into like a full palm, and it reaches down and tries to grab you, Jinku. So go ahead and roll a strength check.
Check or save?
Or save, sorry, a save. Okay. And that rolls a... What is its strength bonus? Okay. Alright, so with that, with the bonus on it, it rolls a 20 on strength. And Jinku, you find yourself grappled by this large ghostly hand. Brings us to Boo.
Use my action to disengage. I'm gonna move into this circle.
Okay.
Mix, it's time to go. That's my turn.
Alright. Let's see, she is gone. Let me take her out of here. Alright. Mix.
I'm going to peek around the corner and... God. Trying to figure out how I can help Jinku.
Don't worry about me.
Jinku, I'm really sorry about this. It's gonna hurt like hell. But we'll save you. Okay, I'm intentionally doing damage to a party member because I can yank her out of the hand, but it's a damage spell. So,
What's the spell you were doing?
lightning lure. I basically create a lasso, wrap it around her, and yank her to me. Nothing can interfere with it.
Okay. That sounds awesome. Let's do it.
But she's going to take 2d8 lightning damage, so it's going to hurt like hell, but we'll bring you
Oh,
back.
you're
Don't
probably
worry.
gonna kill me. I only have a very little amount of hit points.
It's a
left.
bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it works out.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, can she choose not to do the save?
Okay. Let me pull up the spell. Let me see here. See.
Because, yeah, if he's trying to yank me out, I'm not gonna resist him.
Well, I'm trying to see because like it says, like the target has to succeed on a strength saving throw or be pulled. And I assume that she could just not. But the trouble is that she is grappled by something else right now, and I don't see anything about. So basically, it seems like it would have to succeed against the hand.
Okay, I was just gonna argue that, but
Because it looks like you'd lash and it would grab her, and like she could just decide to not save. But I don't see anything about like nothing being able to interfere with it. And since she's grappled, it would be a contest between you pulling versus the hand pulling on who would win.
Step out, and to not hurt Jinku, I'm gonna do it against the hand.
Okay. Okay, and see, it's a strength. Okay, let me roll a strength on the hand here. Let's see. Okay, so it rolled a 16 on that. So it would do what? You said 1d8 lightning? So,
No, at my level it does 2d8 lightning.
oh, 2d8. Okay, let me roll another d8. I don't know. How do I get these to be visible rolls?
I can just drag the damage onto the hand. It's okay.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and do that then. Okay. So, that damage goes on the hand, and this is pulled... 10 feet this direction, along with Jinku, in hand, towards the door.
I'm gonna step out of the doorway.
Okay.
Hopefully we can get her out of that thing.
Okay. Jinku.
Alright, so
Oh,
hold on a second. He
Torter?
pulls her into the doorway, right?
Yes.
I've still got a held action. I can attack the hand.
Okay.
We're gonna pop out the fist because now I'm pissed off.
Fair enough.
And that gives me 5 attacks against the hand.
Okay. Blast it.
save me, Frogman.
Alright, 1 hit. 2 hits. 3 hits. 4 hits. 5. Nice. Very nice. Jinku, you're almost a little glad to be kind of inside this hand right now as you see Torta's blows smacking the shit out of it, through the other side of this see-through magic hand. You're kind of glad they're not hitting you. But it's still a little scary. Being on the receiving end in a way. So you rain down blows on this thing, giving it quite a whopping heft of damage. Looks like at least 50 or so damage, it looks like, total across all those. Doesn't seem to have any discernible effect on it. You know, again, it's kind of a ghostly floating hand. It's hard to tell what kind of state it's in, but it's still there. Whatever you did, it wasn't enough to take it out.
Cool.
All right.
Okay, so now we go back to me.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Jinku. It is your turn.
Can I try to? I don't know what it'd be, strength or whatever, to try to see if I can wriggle out of this hand.
Yes.
You strength check or a save?
I think it would be a save. All right. All right. So you wriggle against this magic hand here and manage to break free of its grasp for a moment.
And then can I run out of the room too?
Okay. So you go to run to the north, and as you do so, the man in the mask in the corner suddenly appears in front of you, Jinku. And the iron door slams behind you, sealing your other 4 companions in the other room. And you hear the click of it locking. And we're gonna take our break right here.
You said iron bound door, or is it completely iron?
It's completely iron. But yeah, the door slams shut, locks. Jinku on the other side with everything else, and you 4 in this teleportation room. And we'll come back in 10 minutes. All right, spicy. All right, and let's see here.
and there's just a pile of pocket peanuts.
Oof.
And a little burnt hat.
A little burnt hat. Oh, that would be mean. All right, so welcome back. Some stuff's gone down, and the four of you are kind of, you four of you find yourself in this room with this teleportation ring on the floor, with kind of the fading echo of the slam of this door and the laughter of the man in the steel mask.
Well, fuck, that's not good.
Go on, Mix. It's time to go.
The wall. Is this glass wall or is this concrete?
Like the walls to the south or the walls to the...
Where the iron door is at?
The one to the south is it's like an alabaster stone.
Well, I've got Frog Arms of Doom for 10 minutes, and I'm gonna start pounding on the walls. Figure
Alright.
that'll be easier than an iron door.
Yeah.
Where are the hinges at for the door? Are they on our side or the other side?
They're on the other side.
Well, that's where I'm gonna start targeting, is along those hinges, so we can kick the door in.
Okay. Alright, so Torta kind of tries to go at it with this door. And doesn't seem to be having very much success. It like, the door is iron, but, there seems to be a little more to it than just the iron. I mean, like, you guys still aren't really even entirely sure where the hell you are. This purple mist outside kind of swirls around the kind of transparent sides and ceiling of this room, and like you can't see anything really else besides that, and just kind of the shadowy shape of the rest of this, whatever this structure is that you guys find yourself at.
Nix is gonna hold up an arcane bomb and look at Florida. Can you make a hole this big?
I said I wasn't damaging the wall.
No, like you don't really seem to be having much of an effect that you would expect. This, like, it looks like alabaster, but it's not breaking up like other times where you've tried to smash through walls.
Do you have that step thing that you do that explodes?
Got this bomb. That's it. It's expensive, and it's a one-shot deal.
And this is not a very big room.
Yes, let's not be the ones
It's only a 5-foot
responsible for
radius.
our own demise.
Back away from it.
Riz, your mic is off.
Oh, I forgot that I was still muted from secret time.
Yep. There you go, now we can hear you.
I was gonna say yes. Let's please not be the own cause of our demise.
Suddenly the room is
I mean,
full
you
of a
guys
lot
can
of barrels of
teleport back
oil.
if you're afraid. I'll stay here. You want to try your bomb, man? Try it on the hinges of the door there. That would be the weakest structure, or the lock.
Oh, I'm waiting for Boo to back away.
Yeah, what's Boo thinking doing here?
Well, we had enough magic to knock the idiot unconscious and drag him back to the other side. This teleportation thing I would, but I don't, and I'm tired, so I'm just, you know, I'm going to kind of just silently watch Mix, partially hoping he blows his own arm off or something. And yeah.
So I'm gonna attach the bomb to the lock and
Okay.
back away, and I'm gonna spark it off with an eldritch blast. Because I'm not stupid enough to stand right there.
Okay, let me see. Okay. So this explosion goes off, and in this small room, all of your ears are left ringing quite loudly from this. And, you know, after you manage to, you know, open your eyes, it does not really seem like it did much.
Oh, that was an expensive nothing. Should we rest in this room until they unlock the door?
What?
What, you want to leave Jinko in there?
Did you say something? He said it was really loud.
I appreciated your authenticity there, Zyra.
I'm glad someone did.
Hey, Mr. Burf.
I mean, we don't have much choice. I can't bust through the wall. Magic's not working. We need to do something.
We can't stay in here forever.
I don't think sleeping here is intelligent.
I agree.
Let's get out of here for now, and then we'll come back and get Jinko later. Hopefully she's not dead.
All right, so you all step back through the teleportation circle on the floor.
Yes.
All right.
I'm just gonna say now that if Jinku dies in this place, she will haunt the shit out of you guys.
Oh, we'll have another ghost servant. Nice.
That's okay. The cats will enjoy seeing you.
Torta with the silver lining. Sweet, unpaid labor.
Oh no! She will
She'll
not
serve
be
peanuts to
working.
people.
I love it. That's great.
Pour peanuts at people all day long.
Oh man. All right, so the four of you, step back through this teleportation circle and find yourself back on the other side in that second tower of the structure that you were in before in the regular world. And, all of you kind of breathing heavily. You had a rough time in there. And, it wasn't really something that any of you really would have expected. None of you still have any idea where that might have been. You didn't, in any of the research that you did leading up to this place, there was no mention anywhere of some sort of place like this that you found yourself in. The tower on the other side is quiet. Just the kind of subtle whistle of the wind outside. As you're all standing here in this tower, you see a bird fly up. A little kind of songbird lands in the windowsill. Starts looking around.
I'm kind of grumpy. I'll use Toll of the Dead on the bird.
All right. I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't. The bird doesn't really have much in the way of anything, so that definitely takes. And the little songbird in the window, that was kind of starting to poke around at, some, trying to find some materials or something. Your little bell goes off, and it falls onto the stone of the floor of this room.
Really? Was that wholly necessary?
No. That's why it made me feel better. Well, what the hell do we do now? I suppose we should get some rest. None of us are in any state to do anything about what just happened. Except for Max. You always seem to conveniently come out of these things without a scratch.
Yeah, there's nothing we really can do at this point other than go back to Troll Skull and try and regain our strength and come up with a plan. We would be of no use to Jinku now.
I agree. Torta, next. Do you agree we need to rest?
I think we need to get supplies and come back. That includes rest.
Oh, give me a list. I can go for supplies. What do we need?
Information. How to bust the door down. What kind of wall was that I couldn't even damage?
What the hell was that hand? How do we damage that? Torta gave it everything and it barely seemed like it flinched.
They were more powerful than anticipated. I think on the other side of this circle, maybe it's some place that the ones here reported to. I'm not entirely sure, but it's going to be a lot harder this next time, that's for sure.
Do you think we were even still in that tower? Or did it teleport us somewhere else?
We were like kind of obviously in like a pocket dimension or something, right? I think.
Roll an Arcana check for me. Boom. Okay. Boo, like, at least from what you've read about, perhaps in your studies of trying to figure out ways to cheat death, you've read about powerful wizards creating, like, their own extra-dimensional areas, their own, like, sanctums, even, in places between the planes, accessible to only those who know the way in, or have something that lets them in. Where this particular one might have been, you have no idea. It could be anywhere. There's a lot of planes and a lot of places in between planes that things could be. But it seems to you that that's probably what was going on there. Especially given some of like the things you saw doled out by the guy in the steel mask. Like, you may not have understood how, some of those things were a little high above your pay grade in terms of spell level. But some of them you might have read about before.
I'll explain that definitely it was a pocket dimension of some kind. It didn't exist here on this plane of existence. That man was capable of spells that are above even those that Mix can bargain for.
I can only hope then that we're able to find her again. Otherwise, I don't know what we're going to do to get her back.
We'll move forward. We'll split the profits of the Troll Skull 4 ways rather than 5.
Unfortunately, I'm not quite as callous as you, Boo.
That's unfortunate for you.
Yeah, Mix isn't liking this. But he goes back to Troll Skull with him.
Okay.
Nothing he can go in there and do by himself. He'll just get killed.
Alright. So, the four of you make your weary way back up to Troll Skull. And, kind of make it home, collapse into your beds. Your thoughts kind of heavy at what happened. And you rest.
Zaira notices that both of the kitties are very attached to her all night because they miss Jinku.
Aww.
That's so sweet.
Alright, let me do... Okay. Alright. So you all wake in the morning. Make your way down for your breakfast. As you all are kind of, making food, eating food around the area, the kids come out wondering where Jinku's at.
Well, she went to the store to get bread.
Oh, is she going to be back soon? We're hoping to play with her sometime today.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
After the bread, she's got to get milk.
And
From a
cigarettes.
different store.
I need tobacco, so she's going to get tobacco too. It'll be a while. You might not get to play with her today, kids.
Aww.
We're for a while. It's a long trip. That milk store's really, really far away.
And the kids look kind of dejected at that. Jinko always was more than willing to play games with them.
Boo could play games with you. Hide and seek. We'll come find you.
Yeah.
Well, gosh, why didn't you guys think of saying that's what Jinku was doing? Playing hide and seek.
How
Good.
dumb do you think our orphans are?
I mean,
Man, it says a lot about the education that you guys have been giving them then, jeez.
To be fair,
Well,
we're very absentee guardians.
to be fair, we left Boo in charge of their education.
Oh no.
I'm really just kind of indoctrinating them to trust me. It's a lot of trust exercises. So I'll summon an unseen servant.
This is starting to sound like a cult.
Close on it, and I won't tell it to go hide. I'll have it go hide. I'll tell the kids to close their eyes, and I'll make it go hide somewhere. It's like 15 feet away from me, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how to play with kids. Oh, I guess I can make it 60 feet away. It's a really poor attempt at playing with children.
Okay. Well, I mean, they seem like they seem happy that you're trying, and they kind of happily play along with your ghost friend. That seems to amuse them enough to keep them out of your hair for a bit.
Servants aren't friends.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's friends. Alright, guys. So, we've got them distracted trying to find this coat that don't worry about it. They'll never believe it's not Jinku. So, what are we gonna do here? I guess you guys seem to be hung up on wanting to, like, take your time to go get them back.
I mean, yes, I would like to get our party member back.
Okay. So how do you propose we do this, Zion?
That I'm not quite sure. I don't know much about the kind of magic that man in the mask was using. So I'm not entirely sure how to even find her.
Well, I don't know how I would. I mean, we should be able to just teleport back using the circle there at the previous place. I've been doing some research, and I might have one thing that could help us a little bit. I picked up this scroll of counterspell
Okay.
a while ago. Now I could try to use this once to counter one of his spells, or we could pool some resources and I could copy it into my spell book.
How much do you need for that?
Let me see.
50 gold a level plus 2 hours.
See, counter spell's what, 3rd level?
I think so.
Pretty sure. So
Yeah,
150
gold.
Well, that you would easily have from.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, I definitely have that.
And then, a night's rest to prepare it is what I would need. I need to copy it, and then I need time to prepare the spell. It's not, perfect. I'll be frank. If you guys are going to insist on doing this, I'll be honest with you and say that I can't 100% counter anything he does. But I would be able to try and counter 2 spells.
We still have to get through the wall and the door.
Yeah, I'm.
Well, we have another one of these pistols and poison ammo sets. They're worth 250 gold apiece. We could sell that. That could cover your spell.
I have the money.
Yeah, you guys, like, with the profits that you guys have made from running this place, like, across the party, you guys have, like, 2,300 gold. So you guys aren't short for cash.
Yeah, Boo's still trying to get money from the private.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know. I'm just saying, if you guys haven't checked, you guys have plenty of cash.
I encourage you, Mix, to sell anything you need to help me cover the resources to try and help you achieve your goals, including any heirlooms you might have.
You know my mom's a bitch. I don't have any heirlooms.
I'm trying to look through like these like numerous spell books that I've picked up over time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Boo's doing. He's just got a pile of books and he's like grumpily poring over them. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know how we are going to get past this door.
Mix, I don't suppose you know of any acids that could eat through iron.
Oh, I do. Just have to go and get the stuff to make it.
It's the only idea I have.
I'm looking for my alchemical book that I had stored online
Okay.
for D&D. There is a super strong acid in there.
Okay. So while you all are, kind of poring over your books and, trying to come up with anything that you can, you hear a knock at the front door of Troll Skull.
Total answer.
Okay.
Everybody else is busy. I don't have any studies to do.
Fair enough. All right, so Torta, you wander over and pop open the door. And standing on the other side is a familiar face of Mert and his rotund self. He kind of, greets you cheerily as you open the door. Hello! Torta, was it? How are things?
Not good.
Oh. And he kind of leans a little bit in and kind of sees the rest of you over, kind of sitting in the chairs in here, poring over your studies. The kind of there's kind of a sullen feeling in the air around here right now. He says, "Well, do tell. Mind if I come in? Perhaps I can help some way."
I'll invite him into the bar and have the bartender pour him a drink.
So as Lift's pouring him a drink here, and he's kind of settling into a seat here at the bar, he kind of looks around. He's like, "Where's your large friend Jinku, the Loxodon gal?"
That would be the problem we're having.
Oh dear. And he kind of takes a good swig of his drink and sets it back down on the bar here. It says, "She didn't fall in the line of adventure, did she?"
Well, we're not entirely sure. We don't think she's dead, or at least we hope she isn't. But she is lost.
This, and he kind of leans back and scratches his chin a little bit, and he says, "Was this for? I mean, I recall I introduced you to a friend of mine, Yagra, and her associates down at the Yawning Portal. Was this something to do with them?"
Yes, this is This happened on the mission that they requested of us.
Oh dear. Well, certainly sorry to hear that, but it sounds like there may be hope at least. Have you reached out to the Doom Raiders since your return? Perhaps, something, if you found anything there or any other information, I'm sure they'd be most interested to hear it. Perhaps they can be of assistance.
We haven't reached out to them yet, no. By the time we got back to Troll Skull last night, we had not but the energy to fall into our own beds.
Understandable.
And we were all bleeding profusely.
I wasn't. I had a scratch.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
Well, I can certainly tell you that I know the sorrows of losing a friend, whether that be in death or other circumstance. I have many that I've seen come and go over the years. It's never an easy affair to deal with, whatever the situation may be. But perhaps if this was something you were doing under the Doom Raiders' employ, I mean, they do have, themselves and resources at their disposal. Perhaps they can help retrieve your friend if she's still there.
I suppose you might be right.
Well, if you like, I'll be making my regular rounds down to the yawning portal later today. I can certainly pass the word along that you might have some information that they would be interested in. They might pay you a visit. If that's all right with you, of course.
Yes, whatever.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful. Thank you.
And so he finishes his drink and, kind of looks around at all of you as most of you seem kind of engrossed in your, kind of frantic studies to try to find what you can find out. He doesn't want to take up too much more of your time, but he nods and graciously thanks you for the drink and bids you adieu, and that perhaps you will be hearing from my associates soon. I'll put in a good word for you.
All right. Thank you as always, Mert.
Well, the acid that I need to be sure to take that door out. I mean, it would probably melt a hole in the floor when it's done. It's takes 250 days to make, so it'll be about 250 gold.
Well, I don't think we have 250 days, unfortunately.
Well, I'm gonna take that other pistol and go sell it, and I know almost every alchemy shop in this city. I'll go to one of the higher end establishments and see what I can buy. If that's okay. And he's gonna plop 30 gold down in front of Boo for his spell. Here, I'll bring back more. So I'm gonna take that pistol and take off to go shopping.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Because there's a superior acid flask, it's 250 gold. But in my research, the cost of gold is how many days it takes to make.
Okay. Let's see. If you're going and selling things...
Boo, did you add that 32 gold to your sheet?
No.
Go ahead and do that, so I'm going to subtract it from mine for your spell.
It looks like for a pistol, well, conveniently, it looks like a pistol and such sells for about 250 GP.
That's why I snagged the extra one.
Well, there you go. So yeah, Mix, like you head out in the town, find yourself a decent weapons shop, and bring in your shiny pistol with its poison ammo here, and they are more than happy to take this off your hands. It sounds like firearms like this, I mean, they're around, but they aren't necessarily quite as common as many of the other weapons that you see, and so those that are interested in these kinds of things, they're kind of in demand. So the shop is more than happy to cough up 250 gold for you to take that off your hands.
And I believe it's on the other side of the city, the alchemist shop, like the high-end one, if I remember.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds right.
So I'll take off walking, wishing I remember to get my horse and cart so I could ride. But oh well.
Okay. So Mix will be out and about getting some things for a good chunk of the day. So the rest of you here, hey, do you guys all just kind of continue your studies with your spells or other stuff, just trying to find anything you can? Is there anybody else who goes anywhere in particular? There's quite a few people around the city by now. If there's anybody you kind of vaguely remember, I can give you more info about who, if you're wanting to go try to talk to somebody and get help.
I mean, I think we wait or go to the Doom Patrol.
Okay. All right.
Talk to them first.
Sure. So are you wanting to be proactive and because they were kind of mostly hanging out down around the yawning portal, or in the yawning portal? They had a room there. So you want to be proactive and head down to them instead of having to come to you?
Might as well get it done.
All right. Sounds good. All three of you heading down there, or just Tordo?
Yeah.
Okay. All three of you. Okay. So you three head out from Troll Skull, make your way down to the Yawning Portal. It's middle of the day, but Yawning Portal is kind of a touristy attraction, a big name place for adventurers of the realm, and so day or night, it always seems to be pretty busy in there. As you walk through the door, Durnan looks up from behind the counter, sees you all enter, and says, "What ho, good fellows! Welcome back to the Yawning Portal. What can I do for you today?" And he kind of leans down in your direction and kind of, puts his hand on one side of his mouth and kind of whispers, "Drinks on me, of course, for your assistance." And he begins kind of drawing up some draughts.
Where were these? Did they take us to their room that was here last time?
They took you to the room.
Yeah, Boo, you're the only one that's really had a direct interaction with them, because you got taken up to their room on I think it was the third floor.
That's right.
Of the place by Yagra. yeah, as you're getting these drinks off of Dernan, that he's more than happy to provide to you for all you've done for him. Like Boo, you kind of look around the room and you see like Yagra is here. She seems to be off in kind of a booth in the corner on her own. She's got like a flagon
here,
in front of
guys.
her.
I'll motion the other two to come with me this time. And I'll go over there and talk to her. Good old fellow.
Okay. So you make your way over towards Yagra. And, she looks up as you are kind of making your way over there and says, "Ah, yes, from Troll Skull. I heard tell from some of our informants that there was some commotion down at the Kolat Towers the other day. Was that your doing? Did all go well? Did you find anything out?"
Yes. No. Yes.
Well, that is good to hear in some parts. Are a few of you, there's a few less of you than last time. Just the three of you?
That's part of why we're here.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm sure Davo will be interested to hear anything that you found in your experience in the towers. Come, all of you, let me take you up to his room and we can see what we can hash out here. And she kind of picks up the flagon with her that she had and heads towards the stairs in the northeast corner. Motions for you three to follow.
I'll follow, of course.
Okay. All right, so you head upstairs following after her to the third floor, and she lets you into the room that they have. Inside, you see, facing away from the door is a chair, and you see a kind of tall, handsome, elven man, kind of long, flowing golden hair. Boo, you recognize him as Davil. You had a conversation with him last time. And around the room, sitting on a few other chairs, one of them on the bed, are a few other people that seem to be other members of the Doom Raiders group. They seem to be either kind of intermittently, working on their weapons, polishing them, kind of, tending to their own little matters. As the door opens and Yagra lets you in, you kind of see Davil raise his hand from behind the seat, and he says, "Ah, yes, please, come in. Tell me of what befell you at Kolat Towers." And as he kind of motions you over, there is a woman, a kind of a short, stocky woman, who you quickly realize is a dwarf. She kind of sets a large warhammer that she had been kind of tooling with to the side, and scoots a few kind of low stools out over by Davil and motions for you all to come sit. As you sit down, Davil kind of looks over at you all expectantly and says, "So, I heard tell that the barrier around the towers has been broken. I assume that was your doing?"
Yeah.
Good. Well, that certainly makes things a little easier for us. Were you able to find out who was in charge of the operation and take him down?
No.
Oof.
No, we killed quite a few of them in there. We got to look at whoever was in charge. He had a metal mask on.
A metal mask. Was there anything else notable about him?
The mask was smiling.
He was an incredibly powerful wizard. More powerful than I. And you know I'm pretty incredibly powerful. I pretty much single-handedly killed everyone in those towers, you know.
I'll kind of nudge him in the back of the head.
I said pretty much single-handedly. You helped.
Sort of helped multi-handedly with all of his fists. So, you know, Dabble's kind of sitting here thinking for a bit, just from the description of the mask and the wizard. And he kind of glances over at this dwarven woman that had kind of pulled out the stools for you here. And says, "It couldn't be, could it? Wasn't he supposed to be dead?" And the dwarven woman kind of, you see her kind of slowly nod. And they kind of look at each other with kind of a dark look across their faces. And Dabble looks back at you all and says, "You say he was a powerful wizard, yes? Was he perchance missing any limbs?"
Oh, his arm.
Yep.
He had like a metallic-ish arm.
And like as you say this, the dwarven woman behind you kind of picks up her warhammer and kind of slams his head against the ground and says, "Monshoon, that bastard, he yet lives. Tricksty wizard bastard."
Yeah, we tend to be kind of hard to kill.
Pretty easily knocked out, but
And, you know, like, Devil kind of looks over you all. It's, you know, and just from, like, the looks on your faces, you can tell you don't really seem to know much about... Like, the name Monjun doesn't seem to really register with any of you. And so he kind of leans back in his chair a bit and says, "Monjun has been a bit of a notable trouble in the past. He's had dealings with the Zentrum before, stealing off parts of the Black Network to his bidding. He's a very charismatic fellow, Manchun. Always seems to be trying to dip his hands into something greater, amass more power, amass more control. That he has managed to gain grip over the Zentrum here in the great city of Waterdeep is rather concerning, I must say. He is quite ruthless in his efforts, and, you know, given some of the history and the power that, you know, lies within this seat of civilization, I worry that he may be trying to set himself up for something more grand in the past. This does not bode well. And you managed to, it seems, get out of his grasp alive. I must say I'm impressed."
Alive, but one of our party members seems to have been locked in there with him. We don't know if she lives still or not.
Well, I shudder to think at what uses he might have for her if she has found herself locked inside his lair. It is, if he's in the towers, you said that you took down the shield. Perhaps we can mount an assault if he is simply in the towers. Surely they can't be quite as protected now if his wards are down.
So he's in a pocket dimension that you gotta teleport to, but we can help you with that. But we do need your help for this assault. You see, when you go through this teleportation ring, he's got some sort of like security door on the other side that's like alabaster, and we can't get through it. We had this guy pound on it for a while, and he's got some arms, I'll tell you what. And then another one of our friends tried to explode it. We're gonna try and eat through the door, but with acid. But you guys might want to bring a backup if you're coming, just in case. The guy that went to get the acid, sometimes he comes back with like wine and thinking it's acid. It's just, you can't trust him. He doesn't even know what he's doing half the time.
So at your mention of this being some kind of separate dimension or plane, Dabble's eyes kind of light up at that and says, "You mean you've discovered a way into his sanctum?"
Yeah, I suppose so.
I'll toss him one of the rings that we have.
He catches it and kind of turns it over in his fingers, and you see him kind of glancing at the other members of his group here and says, "Oh, we have been trying to take down Monsoon for years. We've had encounters with him multiple times, but it never seems to end particularly well. He has, in the past, we have run into issues with his ability to seemingly fashion facsimiles of himself. Not quite sure of the methods. It's beyond me, that level of magic. But it seems that in many cases, aside from one, we always seem to be tangling with a false Monsoon instead of the real one. It's difficult to say if you ran into him in there, it's difficult to say whether it was a true one or yet another facsimile, but the fact that it managed to be his sanctum, even if that one was a facsimile, perhaps he is yet in there still too, elsewhere. Well, this is certainly an interesting turn. This is quite farther than we've managed to get in quite some time. And you say these rings are the key?
Yeah, they seem to allow you to pass through the magics without any trouble.
Well, if we have the key through his portal, well, then that certainly makes things easier for you and for us. I mean, if you intend to try to return there, with this information, we would certainly be interested in trying to mount an assault of some fashion, see if we can take him down for good this time. We would be more than happy to assist in any way that we can. But the troublesome part now at this point is that you have been in there before, and as it sounds, he has captured one of your own party, and now he knows that you are coming. So getting in, getting over there with the pass key may be possible, but getting in further, this door, you say, that presents somewhat of a trouble. How do we get him to open? Or how do we open it? What sort of subterfuge can fool a wizard?
That is the question, isn't it? I've been trying to think about this for a while.
Well, for now, I think, with the information that you provided, I mean, for one part, let me first, thank you for as far as you've gotten so far and the sacrifices you seem to have made on our behalf. As again I say, you've done much more for us than I can speak. And if we can see this through to the end, well, I will certainly owe you a great debt. But the least I can do for now is at least pay you for your services thus far. And he motions to another of the people in the room here, a small, you recognize him to be, looks like of gnomish descent. And he seems to be kind of, his garb is kind of in the fashion of that of a roguish sort. And, Davil kind of nods to him. And he reaches under the bed and kind of ruffles through some stuff and produces a pretty sizable bag of coin and hands it over to you all. It is a bag with 500 gold pieces in it. And the gnome kind of walks over, sets it down in Zayara's lap, heads back, and Davil kind of nods. Thank you, Schemo. And says, well, I will muster what forces I can. I will try to get some sort of excursion party put together that we can accompany you with. Manchun himself is quite a foe, a very, very powerful wizard. So the more that we can have to throw at him, the better off we will be. But in the meantime, I would say, well, you look like you probably would still need some rest. Time to think, time to steel yourselves, time to balance your emotions. So what say we convene on the morrow and see if any of us have come up with anything.
I think that's something that I can agree upon.
Wonderful. And Davil kind of reaches out his hand to, just kind of in any of your general directions to shake hands with whichever of you is inclined.
I will.
Okay. As you do, like, Davil nods, and you can see the other people in the room nod. Let me just kind of give you some and describe the other ones to you. So there's the gnomish man who's sitting on the bed, who you now know his name is Schemo. There's the dwarven, kind of dark. She has kind of like a darker toned skin, and her clothing is kind of hemmed with reds and golds, and she carries kind of a finely polished warhammer. There is a half-orc that stands kind of back towards the door along with Yagra, and he has kind of a large bow strapped to his back and a quiver full of arrows. And then another human female is sitting on another chair, kind of off to the right of Davil, and she has kind of a long sword on one hip, and kind of behind her against the wall leans a quite hefty looking battle axe. But yeah, you shake your hands with Davil, and he bids you take your leave, and promises that he will try to pool as many resources as he can to assist.
I would expect no less from him. We've been doing his work, so.
All right. So Mix, you're out doing shopping, and are you saying you like bought some of the acid or something, right?
Well, I'm gonna go into the alchemist shop and explain what I need. That I need an acid that can eat through an iron door. So it needs to be very strong and high grade. What do you have to offer me that could accomplish this?
So behind the counter is kind of a and kind of a short, elderly woman, and she kind of peers over at you with kind of over her glasses, and says, "Well, I might have something of that sort. You aren't using it for anything uncouth, are you?"
Well, I'll be honest with you. We were sent to investigate a disturbance, and a very powerful wizard took my friend hostage, and we're going to rescue her. So I need to get through this door.
Oh my! Well, that is quite a tale. A rescue of a damsel in distress, and you can kind of she almost seems to like blush a little bit at the thought of being rescued by some grand adventurers, and she says, "Well, of course, I can understand wanting to rescue your friend. Sure. Well, let me take a look over my cabinets here." And she kind of looks around at some of the you hear her kind of pulling out some various drawers, some cabinets opening and shutting, kind of behind the counter, and she eventually comes back with kind of a small vial of this kind of deep greenish liquid, and she says, "Well, this acid should do you just fine for eating through something like that. It's probably not quite enough to get rid of the whole door, but you could probably put it in some key locations and weaken it enough to get through."
Would I know which acid it is by looking at it? I mean, I know it's not normal acid.
Yeah, I mean, like I can't remember what you said. The one that you were looking up was it just like a?
It's something that we wouldn't get until we were level 20 and being crazy. So
Okay.
I'm not even going to concentrate on the damage. I just want a super strong acid.
Yeah, just from just from like your alchemical knowledge, like you trust that it is what she says it is, and it seems to be of the appearance that matches the kind of descriptions you've read about these kinds of acidic materials. Yeah, like she says, it's not a lot, but it has a nice kick to it, and so hopefully it'll help somehow.
Excellent. What do I owe you for this?
Well, for something like this, normally I'd say 250, but since it's for a good cause, rescuing your friend, why not we say 225 gold pieces?
Mix pulls it out of his pouch and hands her 225 gold pieces. He's happy with any discount he gets.
All right. Well, she's happy to take this off, and she says, "Well, I hope you rescue your friend."
Oh, absolutely, ma'am. Thank you. And you'll see me again. I love alchemical stuff, so I'll probably be in here some more. I appreciate your help. Mix leaves.
As you leave, she kind of waves at you and like blushes a little bit.
So funny that you got that due to the the romantic nature of your intentions, and that would completely disgust Jinku. She is no damsel.
So Mix, you're doing the shopping. You make your way back to Troll Skull after getting your acid here, doing your little store trips, and as you head inside the building, you see that there seems to be a small piece of paper that has been like slipped under the door.
I'll pick it up and take a look.
Okay. So you turn this paper over, and kind of written in an elegant script on the other side. It simply states, "You have something I want, and now I have something you want." They will not be harmed. Let us arrange a meeting for a deal to be struck. And at the end of it, you see kind of the insignia of the black snake, winged snake.
Do we have to? Okay. Nobody says we have to. So I don't think we need to arrange for any deal. We can just forget this whole thing, right?
Do we say
There's
no?
always the danger that if we ignore it, he will harm her.
So do we set the meeting with him, or do we go and just wreck his sanctuary?
I suppose that is always an option. I doubt he would be expecting us to just burst in there with acid and beat the door down.
Well, the last time he wasn't expecting us, we did almost die.
Fair.
Maybe we should consider, possibly meeting him just to have a discussion.
You know what he wants.
He wants one of the eyes, I'm sure.
He wants everything that we have for it, so he can get to the horde.
Yeah, he's not going to expect us to break in there, especially with a bunch of backup.
I don't want to do any of this, so
Set an ambush.
that would be one way to do it. I bet we can get our buddies to help us set up an ambush.
Well, from the way that they were talking about him, I'm sure they would relish the chance to slay him.
Well, is there a way to shut down magic in like a location? Can we make him a useless human person?
I'm sure there has to be some way. Though, if we could do that sort of thing, we also run the risk of myself, Boo, and Mix not being able to fight.
Boo can fight. I've trained him. I can fight. My stuff's not. What did you call it? The weave? Boo?
The weave.
It's not. I'm not related to them. My skills are earned.
I can fight a little bit, yeah.
It's just a suggestion. I don't know enough about your magic.
I don't know how to do something like that.
Nor do I.
So are you thinking like do you all do the meeting and then surprise ambush with the rest of the backup?
Yeah.
Or something like that? So like
That's what my thought
get
was.
get the in with the meeting and then
But
have them in
ready.
with the rings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's the idea.
That seems like a good plan. Alright. Well, I think with where we're at, past 11 here now, with that idea on the mind for the assault on an extra-dimensional sanctum to rescue Jinku from sure death, probably a good spot to call it for today. Good stuff.
Okay.
Alright, well, we will see you guys all next time. Let me shut down this here.